for letting us use your office.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Paul. Perry, Cramp from FM102.1. Pleasure to talk to you again. We talked 2 years ago before Lollapalooza, and we talked before Lollapalooza this year, and then I briefly met you at Lollapalooza a couple of weekends ago, so it's an honor to actually sit down in front of you for the first time, so thank you for taking the time. This is an amazing event that you're putting on today, and it's all because of the group was the Solutionists, correct?
Yeah, well, it's a concept. We call it the Revolution Solution.
Okay.
And anybody who's in on it, they're solutionists. Basically, it's people that are conscious, conscious of each other and conscious of the world, the environment, living in harmony with, their brothers and sisters and nature.
Okay, so and this is something that you're very in tune with, because at Lollapalooza too, now I witnessed this and I was absolutely overwhelmed by how clean everything was.
Yeah.
How well set up everything was, how smooth the event ran. You didn't see the beefy security guys either. The crowd was tame, and it was an amazing...
peaceful and loving and happy. Yeah.
And speaking about Lollapalooza, I believe, weren't there more people there this year than last year?
Yeah.
Or around the same amount or so?
Yeah, there was more. Yeah. There was more, but that's what you're shooting for. You always want to, ramp up, but do it where everybody's always remains comfortable.
Yeah. And backstage, we were comfortable as well in the media areas. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to bring up about Lollapalooza, how do you feel about the censorship from the AT&T Blue Room on Pearl Jam's set? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, I don't like censorship.
Right.
I think it was a drag, but this will end up to work for Pearl Jam in their favor, because now it's become an issue. People really want to hear the song.
Definitely.
So it wasn't our fault. I want to just state that right now. We had no idea it was an overzealous censor for AT&T. But from what I understand, they're going to be able to show that song in its entirety.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I love your announcement too at the fourth set. It was great. You were like a little kid. Because it's been, 17 years since you started Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And they were on one of the initial ones.
92.
And it's like coming full circle back around with those guys performing.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome to have Cube there.
I know.
Bring Ice Cube back. Let's get back to what you're doing here in town tonight. Obviously, you're performing with Satellite Party. What happened with Nuno Betancourt? Obviously he's not playing anymore.
I don't know. We did one short tour in Europe. And it went very well, and then we got back, and Nuno, from what I hear, he's going to be performing with Extreme again.
Interesting.
So that's probably
more than words. We get to look forward to more than words.
You got more than words.
I don't know if that's a good thing, Perry. That's just me. I could go a couple more years without more than words.
There you go. So, but we have this amazing young player, Nick Perry, who is a sensation. And it worked out really well for us. Wait till you hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? As far as the stage performance goes, do you want to give us any idea of what that's going to be like tonight at Pabst Theater?
Well, it's going to be raw rock and roll. You know what I mean? We come into town. This is our first tour. I know that I'm a vet, but it is Satellite Party's first tour. So we come in stripped down, but stripped down ain't too bad. Stripped down and sweaty.
Exactly. I love the strings are awesome on the album, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
also like the track with Jim Morrison. Do you have Morrison's picture in the background or his vocal track when you do that song, or do you do that song?
No, we don't do it, but what we do is it would be either an intro or an exit to the audience to hear the song.
Well, I'm interested to see that. Any Janes or Porno Pyro songs? Or
lots of porno.
Lots
of Janes. Lots and lots of Janes, lots of porno. We're doing all back catalog and Satellite Party. We're mixing it up. We're learning covers.
Anything
it's a
from
party. No, not yet.
Okay. Ooh,
well, there are songs from Rev.
Like
yeah,
Tahitian Moon. And,
yes, Tahitian Moon.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
As far as the future of Perry Ferrell, is Satellite Party going to be one album only, or a couple more?
No, I have a 10-year vision.
Great.
A 10-year vision, because I want Satellite Party to coincide the Revolution Solution. I think in 10 years' time, the world's going to be a very different place.
That's very
optimistic. I want to be there, and 10 years from now, to celebrate with everybody with the music that we've got.
Definitely, man. You know, as far as artists that I've interviewed in the past, or the past 10 years, every time that we talk, you're always so inspirational in how you speak and what you talk about that it's just a pleasure to finally meet you and get in front.
Thanks.
It seriously is, and I don't get to say that too often face to face. So thanks. And I wish my co-host was here, but he's at the Brewers game right now.
Okay.
So, Brewers game.
It's a good place to be.
Whatever. Do you watch baseball at all?
I watch ESPN religiously, so
So you
I
kinda
get to
catch
see
up.
the snippets. Yeah.
Yeah. Brewers are first place.
That's amazing.
That's the first time in 25 years.
It's great. But you know what?
Is there anything you want to say specifically to the people of Milwaukee? Because this is like one chance, open forum. Say whatever you want to say to our fans.
Well, I just
your
want to
fans.
say that as I came from the venue, the Pabst Theater, over here today, I see Milwaukee it's a beautiful place. There's very, very progressive, forward-thinking people that live here. It's a wonderful place to have Lollapalooza.
Yes.
I'd love to consider to come here and do Lollapalooza in the future. I'm having a great time here and I'm learning a lot. I'm going to be going over to the Discovery Museum after this to learn even more. And so I thank you for having me in your city.
Wow, there you go. He's thanking us for being in the city. It's absolutely amazing. Perry Ferrell, obviously from Jane's Addiction, Pouring for Pyros, solo career, and now Satellite Party, Cramp and Adler, mornings in FM 102.1. It's been a pleasure. Thank you again so much for doing this. It's been awesome.